So today we shall look at the searching algorithms. Okay, we just come across with a couple of searching algorithms, so linear search and binary search. So today what we shall do is that we just shall look at linear search algorithm. Okay, so linear search. So linear search is also referred to as sequential search in other terms. So I'll just refer it. Okay, so generally we just refer it as linear search, and also the term sequential search refers to the same linear search algorithm, right? So here what we are going to look at is that it follows a certain approach. Okay, so what is the kind of algorithmic approach it just follows? We just say it as a brute force algorithm. So brute force algorithm is nothing but it is a simple straightforward algorithm, so it will not be having any technique under it. So what it does is that it just takes the particular option, tries out with each and every solution such a way that your desired solution is being found. So which means that example is like something like unlocking a key. Okay, you are giving with a lock, and then you are having around 5 to 6 keys with you. So you just have to open the particular lock. So you just don't know which key to open it. So what you do is that you just try out each and every key inside the lock, right? So this is an example of a brute force algorithm. So your linear search is also following this kind of a brute force algorithm. Okay. So here the thing is how your linear search works. Okay, so as said earlier, it just takes the element, okay, so then searches with the element to be found inside the list in a sequential order. So just follows in sequential order. So that's why it's also called as, or it is also referred as, your sequential search algorithm. Okay, so here I'll just go with an example right now. So I'll just place an example. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and then 70. Okay, so there is no specific need that it has to be placed inside like an shorted list, but here I just have mentioned it as shorted list. So there is no specific need that your linear search has to be in a shorted list. Okay, and then here we just call it as your key. So key is nothing but we just refer it as search key. So search key is nothing but which is the element to be found out of the list. So for example, we just shall consider 50 over here. So 50 is the element which is to be searched out of your linear search algorithm. Okay, so for finding out the element inside the list, what we do is that we just follow a simple straightforward brute force approach. Okay, so I'll just explain it. So the step one, what we do is we just take the first element inside the list, which is nothing but your 10. Okay, I just compare it with the search key element, which is nothing but 50. Okay, so here I just have to check for the condition. So if my condition is going to be true or false, I just have to check it out. Here the condition turns out to be false. Okay, so whenever the condition turns out to be false, what you have to do is that you just have to continue. So what you have to do is that you just have to continue your searching mechanism, which means that you have to move on to the next element. Okay, so the next thing what I do is that I just move on to step 2, right? So step 2, what I do, I just take the second element, which is nothing but 20, and I just compare it with 50. Okay, so here again the term is false, which means the condition is false. So whenever the condition is false, what I do, I just continue. Right, so again what I do is that I just move on to step 3. So I just take the third element, which is nothing but 30, and I just compare it with the search key, which is nothing but 50. Okay, so again here also your term turns out to be false. So whenever it is false, I just continue it. So moving on to the next step, okay, step 4, I just take the fourth element, which is nothing but 40, and I just compare it with the search key, which is nothing but 50. Here also it turns out to be false, so I just move on to false and I just continue. Okay, so what is the next element? And the next element is 50, so I just move on to the step 5, right? So 50, I just compare it with 50. Okay, here the condition is being true, right? So whenever the condition is being true, what I have to do is that I just have to return the position of it, which is nothing but return the position of this particular element 50, right? So what is the position? 5 is the position. I'll just return the position of it, which is nothing but 5, and I'll just break out of it. So here the condition is that once after the element is being found, there is no need for you to continue with your searching. Okay, so once after the element is being found, you just break out of the loop. That's enough. Okay. So what we shall do right now is that we just shall look at the algorithm part of it. So I'm just mentioning it in the form of a pseudocode. Why? Because is that it is not subjective to any of the programming languages. So what I'll do is that I'll just give the programs for it in the description. So I'll just give it for C, C++, Java and Python in the description. You just download whichever the program format you want, and you just shall run it inside your own favorite IDEs and then execute the program. Okay, so first we just shall look at it. Okay, so the algorithm always starts with the keyword called as algorithm. Okay, so I just acronym your linear search into LS. So what are the values which I'm just going to give? I'm just going to give a list of elements, which is nothing but starting with the A to N minus 1. I'm just giving. Okay, so the next element is nothing but the key element, so I just name it as K. Okay, so this is the search key which I want to find. Okay, so initially I have to go with the description. So this is nothing but implementation of linear search. So this algorithm is going to be the implementation of linear search. So the next thing what I have to do is that I just have to mention the input. So what am I giving it as input? So for the input I just give an list of n numbers, okay, which is nothing but a of 0 of n, and then the item to be searched. So item to be searched is nothing but, I just have mentioned it as k. So this is the item to be searched. So next thing I'll just move on to the output. So what I will get as an output is here I'll be just getting the position of element found. Okay, so I just have shortened it. So while writing it in the exams, you just expand it. Okay, so what we have returned, so position of element to be found, or what you will be getting as -1 if not found. So if the element is being found, what we will get the position of it. If the particular element is not found, what you will be getting it at, you will be getting it as -1, right? So we'll just move on with the algorithm. Okay, so A of n, I'm just assigning with k. Okay, so initially I am just assigning the I value as 0, so it is nothing but the initial value as 0. So initially I just put it inside a while loop. So A of 5 I am just mentioning. Okay, so if it is not equals to k, I will just continue it. Right, so what I do is that I just increment the value. So this is for moving on to the next elements, right? So this continue is happening, right? So if the particular element is not being not equal, right? So if it is not equal, what we do, we just continue with our loop. So what happens if it is less than n? So which means that if the element is being maxed out, what we do is that we just return I. Okay, so else what we do is that we just return -1. So here if you just look at the particular algorithm, we just get a certain thing, right? So whenever we are just getting the particular item, which is nothing but if it is equals to, what it does is that it just returns the value I, and then if it is not equals, what happens is that it just returns -1, right? So this is how your algorithm works. So here looking at the complexity of the algorithm, so complexity will be terming like you just have to identify the basic operation. So the basic operation is searching over here. So what I do is that I just take search operation as 1, and then this particular searching operation will be happening for the maximum of n plus 1 times in worst case algorithm. Right, so what I do is that I just name it as big O of best case as 1, which is nothing but if it is being found in the first element, right? So and then big O of my worst case element is nothing but n plus 1. Obviously you will be ignoring the constant, so it will be turning out like big O of n, and then similarly the big O of average case will be something like n divided by 2, right? So you will be ignoring the constants again. So what happens is that it will be something like big O of n. So this is how your complexity turns out to be, right? So this is how your linear search works.